Just ahead on Eyewitness News 13, authorities now have a suspect in the abduction of 2 West Michigan boys. We'll have the latest.
Plus, a plane crashes into an Air National Guard base. We'll show you what happened.
And a recent landmark decision on adoption puts parents and agencies on alert.
Stay with us. All the day's news is up next.
If you've ever felt stressed about buying a new or used car, join the thousands of happy customers who relaxed at Go, where the fair and hassle-free price is clearly marked on our Go Low price tag. For a rugged, reliable adventure vehicle with safety and performance, see the world's first sport utility wagon at Go Subaru. The all-wheel drive Legacy Outback wagons have arrived. Conveniently located on 28th Street Southeast, at Go we have a huge selection of new and used cars. Fun, convenient, stress-free. That's how buying a car can be, but only if you do not pass Go.
With all the modern appliances these days, dinner practically makes itself. Funny you still can't get a decent glass of water. What you really need is a Culligan AquaClear drinking water system. It filters out up to 98% of the stuff that doesn't taste so good and isn't so good for you. So everything you make will taste 100% better. Just call, "Hey, Culligan Man." You'll be happy you did.
Introductory offer. Try a Culligan Complete Home Water Treatment System for $3.50 per month. Call your Culligan Man today.
The rewards of Lincoln have been recognized by the most discerning Americans. Because for the 3rd year in a row, they have named Lincoln Town Car one of the 5 best cars in the world, alongside Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Mercedes, and BMW. But only one of them can be yours with this 24-month lease. There's never been a more rewarding time to see your Lincoln dealer.
You're watching WZZM TV 13, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Now, live from our West Michigan studios, this is the early edition of Eyewitness News 13.
A promising development tonight in the case of 2 boys missing from Benton Harbor since last Saturday. A warrant is issued for a possible kidnapping suspect. Good evening, everyone. I'm Eric Alvarez.
And I'm Ann Schieber. A nationwide search is on for one man who authorities believe abducted the boys from a Benton Harbor store October 14th. According to one report, the man is well known to authorities in at least one state.
We're not going to get into any of the substantive...
After 1 week of dead-end leads, authorities seem to have gotten a break in the investigation of the Alvarado brothers, 11-year-old Aiden and Elazar, who is about to turn 3. This morning, authorities issued a warrant for the arrest of Boyd Dean Weekly, a 24-year-old white male described as 6 feet tall, around 150 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Weekly is believed to be traveling in a tan 1990 Dodge Spirit.
Our investigation has now developed probable cause to believe that Mr. Weekly is involved in the abduction of these children. And, after the appropriate judicial review, the warrant's been issued.
Authorities refuse to give any details about the investigation, but here is what is known. Weekly reportedly stole the Dodge owned by a priest in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He then made his way to Michigan and, according to a St. Joseph newspaper, went to Tennessee, where he made a telephone call to a member of his family Wednesday to say he had the boys and was on his way to Mexico.
Of course, he's entered in the National Crime Information Center, and we've sent communications, over appropriate law enforcement networks, so that hopefully they'll be watching out.
The brothers were last seen at this Benton Harbor store, where they were allowed to buy a bag of chips while their mother did laundry next door. Authorities are not saying if the boys are safe. The suspect, Weekly, is from the South Dakota area. Sioux Falls police say he is free on bond on a felony charge of sexual contact with a child.
Again, if you have any information, you're asked to call this toll-free number, 1-800-847-0664. That is the Missing Child Hotline. A Rockford couple knows what it's like to firsthand to have a child they love taken away from them. They lost their young adoptive son when his natural parents wanted him back.
To help make sure no one else suffers this type of loss, they took their case to court.
Joanne Powell spent time today with Richard and Pilar Rice. She joins us now from our newsroom with the story. Joanne, I understand their case was a landmark case.
That's right. The Rices had their child. They're in the process of adopting their child taken away from them. They took the adoption agency to court, accusing that agency of being negligent. Everything is still as it was about 3 years ago. The only thing missing is Christopher. Richard and Pilar Rice lost their son, an adoption gone bad. Christopher's birth father was able to get him back after the birth mother put Christopher up for adoption. He lived with the Rices for nearly a year. The Rices have just returned home from a 5-week court case in Phoenix, Arizona, where the Rices sued the adoption agency, the Christian Family Care Agency, for neglect and malpractice.
I feel good that at least there would be something on the records so the prospective adopted parents, when they go in, especially to this particular agency and other agencies, that they will know that not all the facts are always given.
The jury found the agency guilty of neglect and awarded the Rices $80,000, but they did not find the agency guilty of malpractice. The Rices case is a landmark case. The decision will make sure that prospective adoptive parents have full access to information an agency gets on a child, something the Rices didn't get.
Information has to be given to the couple at the time it's given to them, so we can make an informed decision.
The Rices and some adoption agency officials say this case should put adoption agencies on alert to become more accountable for their placements. It also should alert prospective adoptive parents to find out all they can about the child they plan to adopt's background, along with becoming knowledgeable about adoption laws.
The agency has to be open and honest with that because it's an emotional process for the family and the birth parents. And this is just a real unfortunate situation. And I just, I hurt for everyone involved.
The Rices know their court case will not bring Christopher back, but it has set a precedent for others who are trying to adopt a child.
Well, Joanne, what will the Rices do now?
Well, this case has taken up for the past 3 years of their lives. They say they want to try and get on with their lives right now. In terms of trying to the adoption route again, it is not out of the question, but right now they say it's too early for them to pursue.
Okay, thank you, Joanne Powell, reporting live from our newsroom. Ann?
A man is dead after crashing his plane into the Fort Custer Air National Guard base in Battle Creek. It happened about 9:30 last night at the base just west of the Battle Creek Airport in Calhoun County. State police say 58-year-old Thomas Vaccaro of Battle Creek was returning home from a hunting trip in Colorado when the plane went down. He was the only person on board the 1977 Cessna.
There's an impact range where the plane crashed. However, there was no training going on at the time of the crash, and of course no one was injured on the ground as a result of the crash.
The cause of the crash is unknown. FAA officials and the National Transportation Safety Board arrived this morning to look into it.
A brand new airport terminal in Muskegon County is already causing some problems. Workers there have complained about blinding sunlight that hampers eye contact with customers, washes out computer screens, and causes headaches. Now, passengers wearing winter clothing may have broken out in sweat as well. The glass-walled terminal lets the sunshine in through barely tinted glass. 7 airport tenants wrote to the county administrator to complain, and now the county has requested an architect study the problem.
A Grand Rapids architect is working to save a house slated for the demolition block. This house at 300 Hollister Southeast used to be a crack house and ended up catching on fire a year ago. It may not look like much now, but neighbors want to see it refurbished instead of torn down. Neighbors bought the house and plan to fix it up.
As a resident in the neighborhood, it's a quality of life issue. This neighborhood has a momentum going now in a very positive way, and turning this house around will change the quality of this neighborhood.
I always believe that the Central City could be a place of choice for people to live and raise their families, and it's really based on people like ourselves, Jim, Brenda, and other people on the block that are willing to make that personal investment to bring the city back.
Once the house is finished, neighbors want to see it become a 2-family owner-occupant home. They say it's all in an effort to make the neighborhood a better place to live. Well, can you believe it? The sun came back after all that rain yesterday.
It was a nice drive back here, let me tell you. George Lesson says it just might stick around. He joins us now with a first look at our 13 next rad weather. George, what's it going to be like?
Well, Eric, you have hit the nail on the head. The sunshine is going to stick around here the rest of the evening and tomorrow as well. And then we're going to see once again dramatic temperature swings here much of this week. We'll be warm tomorrow and then cooling off again Tuesday. But I think this week we'll just see intermittent periods of rain, none of that heavy rain that we saw Friday and Saturday. Once again, some sunshine is returned, should stick around for another day or so. Ann?
Sounds good. Thanks, George. We'll see you again in a few moments.
Still ahead, a member of one of the most successful women singing groups has died.
The world says goodbye to a beloved sister. We'll take a look back.
But first,
a 4-day jamboree is underway to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the UN. We'll have the latest from New York in 2 minutes, so don't go away.
Okay, this is big, really big. I mean, humongously big. It's the Buick Cashback Closeout. How much cash back? Try $1,500 to $2,000. See, your Buick dealers need to move out all their 95s, so you get $2,000 cash back on Buick Park Avenues and Ultras, or $1,500 cash back on Buick LeSabre, Roadmaster, Regal, Skylark, and Century. Now, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick? I thought so. Well, you better hustle, because Buick's Cashback Closeout ends soon, like really soon. I'm not kidding. You gotta step on it. Get it in gear. Put the hammer...
Behind these walls, there are people with terrible secrets. Only one man knows, and at any moment, he may call. An Inspector Calls, winner of the Tony Award, 7 Drama Desk Awards, and the Outer Critics Circle Award. An Inspector Calls.
8 performances October 31st through November 5th at DeVos Hall. Tickets available at the Stage Door Breton Village, the Grand Center box office, or any Ticketmaster outlet.
Make your home inviting with styles and colors so exciting. We'll make it happen at Johnson Flooring and Interiors.
Save now on Armstrong's best floors. Get $5 a square yard off Vision Solarian and $12.50 a square yard on select designer Solarian floors. All easy care, rich colors, and classic designs.
We'll make it happen, Johnson Flooring and Interiors.
Hey, baseball fans, come out to Tailored Building Systems. Your triple play specialists in pre-engineered steel, post frame, and conventional construction. Tailored's design team scores a home run every time, and their prices are never out of the ballpark. See the Tailored team to evaluate your building needs, or call them to make a short stop at your location. Tailored Building Systems. If yours is not a tailored building, it's not a custom fit.
Well, Ann, I understand there's a party going on in New York City tonight.
Sure is. More than 160 heads of state are attending the United Nations 50th anniversary. Leaders from around the world are taking the podium at the UN today for a marathon commemorative session. Heads of state were given just 5 minutes to address the General Assembly. President Clinton kicked off the lineup. He called for a crackdown on international crime and praised UN operations in Bosnia.
Well, about 800 protesters gathered outside the UN before Cuban President Fidel Castro's speech. They say Castro himself is to blame for Cuba's economic woes, and they urge him to hold free elections. In his first visit to the UN in 16 years, Castro denounced what he called a new colonialism in the UN. He said the U.S. embargo on Cuba is starving men, women, and children. Castro also said the growth of free markets has failed to create world prosperity.
Maxine Andrews, one of the singing Andrews sisters who helped divert the nation during World War II, is dead. The 79-year-old performer died of a heart attack on Cape Cod yesterday. The Andrews sisters had more than a dozen gold records, and their recordings still sell more than 1 million copies a year. Among their hits were Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree, and Rum and Coca-Cola. During the 1940s, the Andrews sisters also appeared in 16 films for Universal and Paramount, many with wartime themes. Only one of the Andrews sisters, Patty, is still alive. Laverne died in 1967. And another singer has died. 28-year-old Shannon Hoon of the alternative band Blind Melon was found Saturday afternoon in the group's parked tour bus in New Orleans. Hoon's high-pitched vocals in the video for the song No Rain propelled the band's first album to #3 on Billboard's album chart. Police have not yet determined the cause of Hoon's death. Coming up, at least one half of the weekend turned out sunny, but what about the coming week? George Lessons joins us next with the 13 NextRad weather forecast and flight.
And nobody picked all 6 winning numbers last night, so Wednesday's Lotto jackpot is worth at least $5 million. Stay with us.
If you've ever felt stressed about buying a new or used car, join the thousands of happy customers who relaxed at Go, where the fair and hassle-free price is clearly marked on our Go Low price tag. Come to Go Nissan before October 30th and register to win the use of a four-wheel drive Nissan Pathfinder from Go Nissan. See details in Sunday's Grand Rapids Press. Conveniently located on 28th Street Southeast, at Go we have a huge selection of new and used cars. Fun, convenient, stress-free. That's how buying a car can be, but only if you do not pass Go.
It's foolish to think there's quality floor covering at 50, 60, or 75% discount. At Medemas Carpet and Interiors, we give you a great price every day on quality floor covering, wallpaper, and window treatments.
Let Medemas Carpet and Interiors put it all together with a full line of wear-dated carpet styles and colors. Wear-dated carpet looks better longer, and it's always affordably priced to meet your budget.
For real value and everyday low prices, see Medemas Carpet and Interiors.
Every brand we sell comes with two things, a great deal and a box. You know, I probably couldn't carry all the brands I carry. Seriously, if you give a man a great deal on a fish, he'll eat for a day. Give a man a great deal on a stove, and he'll eat forever.
ABC Warehouse. No fish, just the closest thing to wholesale.
Now get this 18 cubic foot frost-free refrigerator, just $367 or less.
More room. More power. More luxury. More Civic. For less than you think. Ask your Honda dealer about the full line of new Civics. He'll tell you more.
Well, folks, as you can see, there is a sun above Michigan.
Boy, and when you see it setting so early, you know winter's on the way. But hey, who is complaining? The sun made an appearance today, and George Lessons is joining us now to tell us whether it's going to stick around for a little while.
Going to stick around for at least a little while for this evening and for most of the day tomorrow.
Oh, that's good to know.
Got some great weather here to start our work week. Unfortunately, it's been rather rainy the last couple of weekends. We'll see if we can change that this week. But we're going to have another one of those weeks where we'll see dramatic temperature swings once again. Warm tomorrow and then cooling off Tuesday through Friday, and hopefully warming up toward next weekend, and there'll be periods where we'll see some sunshine along with some showers from time to time. Most likely that'll come tomorrow night. Outside currently, we're seeing some sunshine, 51 degrees now. Our dew point's at 37, 59% humidity. Barometric pressure rising from 29.94 inches, and a southwest breeze now at 10 miles per hour. Highs on the day, generally right around 50 at Muskegon, but made 54 in Holland and Grand Rapids, 56 in Lansing, 59 in Kalamazoo. Very chilly start. Once the rain finally quit, that's about when we reached our overnight lows. 35 the cool spot there at Kalamazoo, 43 the warm spot at Holland. Our flight today takes us from the Pacific coast out here into the Central Plains, and we'll stop the pictures for a moment. Notice this batch of clouds right in here over the state of Colorado. You're watching one of the football games there. They've got some snow falling in Denver, and this is out ahead of the next storm system that is going to bring us some active weather here, not snow, for tomorrow night, Monday night. We'll continue our flight and show you the clouds continued over the Great Lakes region, and then they finally began to lift to the north and east. Right now, we've just got a few of those mid-level clouds overhead that you saw on our tower cam shot here just a while ago. Temperatures are warm, except for the UP. It's only 38 right now at Marquette, but it's up to 59 at Chicago. It's even warmer than that south of there, with temperatures in the 60s and even some 70s. 54 right now at Holland, 59 Kalamazoo. Cooler off to the north where the sun has yet to make a significant difference on the temperature there. You may see some of the coolest readings here early tonight, getting down into the low 40s. I think with the wind holding up, however, we're going to stay in the 40s tonight rather than the 30s. There go the clouds from earlier today, that strong storm system moving off to the northeast. And here comes the next batch. Already a line of some showers beginning to develop out into eastern Kansas, and later on tomorrow, those will probably develop into some thunderstorms. Here's the back edge of the cloud cover here late this afternoon, moving off to the north, and we're going to get into some of this warmer air. By the late afternoon tomorrow, it'll be over north central lower Michigan. Temperatures will be in the 60s and 70s south of there, but here's that line of showers and thunder showers developing, and as that low takes a track off over to the UP and into southeastern Canada, we're going to see a cool front come through here very early on Tuesday morning. Not impossible we could get a scattered thunder shower. Certainly no severe weather, but cooler weather is going to settle on in. There'll be a few scattered showers behind the low, and that'll be during the day on Tuesday before it finally moves on out. give us some nicer weather for Wednesday and Thursday. In the meantime, the forecast for tonight, it'll be mostly clear, or at least becoming so off to the north. Still rather breezy, milder though than last night, and that breeze should hold up to our overnight low temperatures, generally in the 40s. The outlook for tomorrow then, a partly cloudy or partly sunny day. It'll be windy though, milder, high all the way up to 66 degrees. Pretty brisk southeast to south breeze though. Tomorrow night it will become mostly cloudy again, still breezy and milder than tonight will be. There'll be a few showers, maybe that isolated thunder shower as I mentioned, but a low only around 56. But for Tuesday, temperatures not going up, holding steady in the 50s or falling once again. Windy turning cooler. Scattered showers will re-arrive in the afternoon on Tuesday. And this 5-day outlook says some sunshine for Wednesday and Thursday, and you can see that nasty rain again here, maybe Friday and Saturday. Hopefully we can turn that around as the week goes on.
Well, thank you, George, for at least making it sunshine tomorrow. It'll make it a little bit easier to cover the lakeshore tomorrow.
There you go.
All right, thanks, George. Coming up next in sports, the Lions try to break the Redskins' jinx. Patrick Clark will have all the highlights and post-game comments from the game in Washington.
And later on, what's got these babies on the run? Find out when we return.
If you've ever felt stressed about buying a new or used car, join the thousands of happy customers who relaxed at Go, where the fair and hassle-free price is clearly marked on our Go Low price tag. For a rugged, reliable adventure vehicle with safety and performance, see the world's first sport utility wagon at Go Subaru. The all-wheel drive Legacy Outback wagons have arrived. Conveniently located on 28th Street Southeast, at Go we have a huge selection of new and used cars. Fun, convenient, stress-free. That's how buying a car can be, but only if you do not pass Go.
Why are more people choosing American Mobile Living?
We thought the Friendship home had the best quality woodwork and the interior and the floor plans.
We had many floor plans to choose from.
American Mobile Living responded very well to any problems that we might have had, which were very few.
I would send all of our friends down there who were interested in purchasing a home.
American Mobile Living, family owned and operated for over 23 years.
Excellent quality.
If you don't believe road salt causes rust, watch. Because 2- to 4-year-old vehicles are rusting from it inside. Just like this. Now sure, you can wash salt off the outside, but in here calls for Z-Bart rust protection. To stop existing rust, prevent future rust. Z-Bart Tidy Car. For road salt, it's still us or rust.
Save $50 on Z-Bart rust protection. Just $249.95 for cars up to 4 years old. Where in the white pages?
They say the new Grand Am is a sensible car, but you know better.
Excitement, you can see it. Excitement.
The 96 Pontiac Grand Am's radical aerodynamic styling suggests a high price, but you know better. The new 96 Grand Am, only $221 a month with $1,500 down. See your Western Michigan Pontiac dealers now.
We are driving
Pontiac Grand Am.
Excitement.
Lots of fans wondering whether the Lions can pick up their lucky roll they had a couple of weeks ago.
Well, they won 2 games that nobody expected them to, and now they're trying to win some games that people are expecting them to, but it's been a roller coaster season for these guys. Our nation's capital was a tough place for the Lions to be playing a must-win game, but that is where our heroes found themselves today. Detroit had lost 17 straight to Washington. They had never won in D.C., but at 2-4, the Lions needed to concentrate not on the past, but on the future, as in the future of that guy, Wayne Fontes, if his team doesn't make the playoffs. It was down 13-3, the Lions were in the first quarter. In the second, Mitchell goes to work. To Herman Moore, extension in the footwork by Herman. All 6'3" of them going up for the catch, and he scores the touchdown. We are tied at 13 at the half after the Lions overcome that slow start. In the third, Detroit passing game continues to work well. Mitchell to Johnny Morton on the slant, 20-13 Lions, and Wayne is starting to enjoy himself just a little bit. Come on, Wayne, give us a smile there, would you? In the fourth, Washington back up 27-23 in a wild one. Mitchell back to pass again. Brett Perryman over the middle. Nice move there. Gets a block, and Brett is off to the races. 51 yards, 3 touchdown passes for Mitchell today. 30 of 50, 327 yards passing. But the Lions defense can't stop the Skins in the final 2 minutes, and with 8 seconds left, the former Lion, Eddie Murray, ties the game at 30 with a 39-yard field goal. The Lions' first play of overtime, Scott Mitchell backed up in the end zone. He makes the completion, but Darrell Green, unfortunately, plays for the Redskins, and Darrell returns it to end the game. 36-30 was the final. The Lions now 2-5. Their boat not sunk as far as the playoffs are concerned, but they are certainly taking on water.
We've done it before, and obviously this is a new year, and have to see what happens. We can't quit. I mean, because mathematically we still have a chance in our division.
Fortunately, we have a long way to go. We got a lot of work to do, and then, like I said, we still have a long way to go, and we still got a shot to do the things that we want to do, go to the playoffs.
The Lions now sit at 2-5, and they are fading fast in that playoff picture. It could get worse, however. Detroit hosts the Packers next Sunday. Elsewhere in the NFC Central, the Bears had played 2 expansion teams in the last 2 weeks. Today they got the Oilers. That's the next best thing. Kramer down the sideline with Sweetness watching on the sidelines, or down the middle, I should say, and that's Curtis Conway. Those two have hooked up quite a bit this season. 28-8 lead by Chicago. One mistake by Kramer at the 2-yard line. Darrell Lewis has got it, and acres of real estate in front of him. He's going to run out of your picture at the end of the first half. It didn't really matter. The Lions held on 35-32, though they played a very mistake-prone second half. They move into the first place position in the NFC Central at 5-2. NFC division leaders at the start of the day, Tampa Bay hosting Atlanta. Buccaneer defense leads the NFL in turnovers, and they add to that. That's Warren Sapp, the rookie out of Miami. The old shovel pass turns into 6 the other way. Bucks led 7-0 in the first quarter. Here comes Jeff George, though, back to pass in the old run-and-shoot offense. And he's shooting, and Eric Metcalf's running. And when he's running, nobody's going to catch him. That play has gone for 65 yards, 295 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Jeff George. Tampa Bay loses 24-21. They fall a half game back in the division at 5-3. 49ers at Rams. The former Michigan quarterback Elvis Skerback in the building, and he started for the injured Steve Young. Rolling to his right, and Elvis, hey, he's no hound dog. He goes deep into the end zone, and he finds John Taylor, the veteran, and John Taylor scores the touchdown. That's the first Niner drive of the day, and it continued. The defense for the Niners really the difference. Ken Norton Jr., his dad was a boxer, and this guy maybe wants to be a boxer. Second interception of the day. He returns it for its score. He returned 2 touchdowns for interceptions, and Ken Norton says, hey, my dad could do it, so all right, a left, and all he is down. Niners don't miss Young much. They roll 44-10. Some upsets in the NFL today. Jets over Miami by 1. Miami's lost 3 in a row. The Jags win their 3rd game of the season. Cleveland now 3-4. The Panthers have won 2 in a row. They beat New Orleans. Games in progress. Kansas City is up on Denver 21-7 in the 3rd. Minnesota and Green Bay, that one is tied in the 3rd quarter. We'll have highlights for you tonight at 11. Oakland and Indianapolis, the Raiders up on the Colts. And San Diego and Seattle, the Chargers are up big in that one. College football, the top 4 teams in the AP College Football Poll stayed the same this week. A couple of Big Ten teams inched closer to the top. Florida State, Nebraska, Florida, and Ohio State are still in place. Tennessee, number 5. Northwestern now 6-1. They're ranked 8th. They're guaranteed their first winning season in 24 years. Michigan up a spot to number 9. Notre Dame creeping in on the top 10 at 12. And Penn State is 16. Iowa falls to number 25. In baseball, the Braves took a 1-game-to-none lead in the World Series as Atlanta won Game 1 last night, 3-2. The matchup of Maddox versus Hershiser really did live up to its billing. A World Series record was tied for the lowest hit total in a game as the Braves and Indians managed just 5 of them. One of them, this blast by Freddie McGriff, bottom of the 2nd, game tied at 1 after this mammoth shot to right center field. Greg Maddox would go the distance in this one. He gave up just 2 hits. He struck out 4. He did not give up an earned run. He faced just 3 batters over the minimum, completely shutting down the most powerful offense in baseball.
I had excellent defense again tonight. Lemke was super, caught every ball to him. Ralphie was super too. Made a great play up the middle on Hershiser. Chipper was solid. I mean, the guys made the plays behind me tonight, and when you have those kind of people playing behind you, you try to take advantage of them and throw strikes and keep the ball down.
Game 2 is tonight in Atlanta. The Braves will send Tom Glavine to the hill to face 40-year-old Dennis Martinez.
We all like to have the focus and the attention to the other team. We like to be the underdog. And so the long way like that, we just got to sneak in, and do our job like we've been doing silently. So I hope we can continue to do that in the World Series also.
Today's Winston Cup race from Rockingham, North Carolina, the LC Delco 400, and a scary moment for Shane Hall, number 30, hits the pit wall, but the water helps absorb some of the crash, and Shane Hall was all right. Your winner today, Ward Burton in a Pontiac, his first career Winston Cup victory as he takes the AC Delco 400.
Well, Patrick, if Norton does that to a goalpost when he's happy, I'd hate to get in his way when he's mad.
I know, he's quite a linebacker, and the 49ers don't need Steve Young. They're rolled along.
All right, thanks, Patrick. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Here's great news from Dan Pfeiffer Lincoln Mercury and Ford Credit's Red Carpet Lease Program. For a limited time, you can get a 24-month closed-end lease on a new 1995 Mercury Villager, the minivan that drives like a car, for $199 a month with as little as 15% cash or trade down. Find out how you can drive new every two with the Dan Pfeiffer Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. This Monday at 10 a.m., the doors open on Klingman's greatest savings event of the year, the Good Stuff in-store warehouse sale, with good stuff from Baker, Kindle, Sly, Fix Reed, Sherrill, Lexington, Lee's, Karastan, Heckman, Thomasville, and more. Save to 70% on floor samples, manufacturer showroom samples, customer cancellations, and special purchases. All ready for immediate delivery, and all must be sold now. It begins Monday at 10 a.m. at America's finest home furnishing store, Klingman's of Grand Rapids, in Eastbrook Mall.
Attention hunters, walk-in savings and comfort with Red Wing boots from Mira's Family Shoes and Red Wing Shoe Stores. For a limited time, save $20 on any Red Wing boot in stock. Insulated, warm, comfortable, durable, and made in the USA, with sizes and widths to fit everyone. Be sure to check out the waterproof Irish Setter boots, guaranteed to keep you dry. Stop in today and save $20 on any pair of insulated Red Wing boots. Now at Mira's Family Shoes on West Leonard or Red Wing Shoe Stores on Plainfield and on 28th Street.
If you've ever felt stressed about buying a new or used car, join the thousands of happy customers who relaxed at Go, where the fair and hassle-free price is clearly marked on our Go Low price tag. Come to Go Nissan before October 30th and register to win the use of a four-wheel drive Nissan Pathfinder from Go Nissan. See details in Sunday's Grand Rapids Press. Conveniently located on 28th Street Southeast, at Go we have a huge selection of new and used cars. Fun, convenient, stress-free. That's how buying a car can be, but only if you do not pass Go.
Well, finally tonight, ladies and gentlemen, start your infants.
Parents in Kushiro, Japan did a little coaxing to get their young track stars across the finish line. 70 babies went toe-to-toe on their hands and knees Friday in a race to mark the opening of a post office. But most seem more content to sit than compete. Winners received small gifts and big hugs from their parents. If they threw in a year's supply of diapers, that would have been real incentive.
Kids have got this confused look. Why are my parents just yelling at me? They do that all the time anyway. If you're headed out here, out and about tonight, a breezy and cool, a chance to dry out from all of the rain. Temperatures pretty much holding in the 40s.
And Patrick, anything last word on sports?
Well, we'll just tell you we'll bring you complete World Series highlights tonight at 11 and more comments from the Lions in Washington.
Looking forward to it. That's it for the early edition. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you back here at 11. Good night.
The United Nations at 50. President Clinton opens the largest gathering ever of world leaders, while Cuba's Fidel Castro speaks for the smallest and poorest nations, and how city people's big dreams are threatening the big sky.
From ABC, this is World News Sunday. Here's Carol Simpson.
Good evening. It was created after World War